Hello, children. Today I thought I would share an old story that is a favorite of mine. It's called The Wooden Bowl, and it's a story about a family. A little boy by the name of Sam lived with his parents and his grandfather, who had become very old and was no longer respected by his children. You see, Sam had heard a lot of stories about how his grandfather had worked very hard to raise his son and send him to school and learn how to be a responsible young man. Sam knew that his father was his grandfather's only son and that his grandfather now depended on his son very much because he was so old and frail. As Sam grew up, he also became very attached to his grandfather and loved to sit with him and listen to stories about the past. But Sam started noticing that because his grandfather was so old, he made lots of mistakes. Sometimes he forgot where he was and started to cry as though he was a little child. Sometimes he spilled his food all over the floor because his hands were so weak with old age. Sometimes, while drinking his milk, could slush all over the expensive carpet that Sam's dad had bought. Sam's dad was a good person, but he was very busy. Slowly, he barely had time to talk to his dad at all and was always upset when his dad would make a mess at the table. One day, when his dad dropped his pudding and looked very scared, Sam's dad asked him rudely to sit on the floor and eat out of a wooden bowl to make sure that he did not break any more plates and not to ruin the dining area that was used for the family meals. Sam watched with horror as his grandfather sadly sat in the corner of the kitchen holding the wooden bowl with unshed tears in his eyes. Day after day he sat in that corner eating by himself. Sam could not take it. He knew that he needed to remind his father that what was being done to his grandfather was wrong. But he also did not want his father to be angry with him. He came up with a brilliant plan and immediately put it into action. For his birthday, he asked his parents to buy him some wood and building supplies. When they asked what it was for, he said, "You will see, it's a surprise." Every day he would work on his special project until one day, when his parents sat at the table, he gave them each a fancy wooden bowl. His parents looked in surprise and asked, "What is this for, Sam?" Sam replied, "Well, Dad, I know you and Mom do so much for me. You send me to school, raise me, and take care of me, just like grandfather took such great care of you. I want to make sure I can also take care of you like you take care of grandfather. So I made you each a wooden bowl. You see, I learned at school that we will all become old and weak. One day I'm sure you'll be breaking the glass at my house when I'm older. I do not want to yell at you and be disrespectful, so I'm making these balls early as a promise that I will treat you both with respect and kindness when you are old and frail." With regret, his parents understood what Sam was trying to tell them, and they both got up and asked the grandfather for forgiveness. From that day on, Sam and his parents and his grandfather always ate at the table together, and his grandmother was sad or dropped something. Sam's dad would console him until he felt better. The moral of the story is to respect your family members and be always take care of your parents, no matter how old they are or how hard it is. Stay tuned for the next bedtime story, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Good night and sweet dreams.